All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create your graph for the Buggy Lab using Microsoft Excel. Okay, so I already have a blank workbook open, and I'm going to go to this first cell, and I'm going to type in my independent variable. My independent variable for the Buggy Lab should be time, and I'm going to put the units of seconds in there. And then my dependent variable was distance. And I measured in centimeters for this lab. You may have measured in meters, which is totally fine. So I'm going to go ahead and put my time intervals down, and I'm using my data from the lab. Obviously, my numbers here are probably different than yours. Whatever time intervals you use, you're going to want to type those there. And then when I go to enter my distance, you had 2 trials and then an average during the lab. I only want to enter my average. So I'm going to enter those. Okay, so once I've entered all of my numbers here, I'm going to select everything. Then I'm going to go up to the top. I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go over to the middle here where the charts are, and I want to insert a scatter plot. All right, once we have our scatter plot, we're going to do a couple things. First, let's give this a title. Our title is always the y-axis versus the x-axis. Okay, our axes aren't labeled, so let's do that first. So we're going to go to axes titled, and our dependent variable was the distance. I used centimeters. You may have used meters. And then here at the bottom, this was our time in seconds. Okay, so now I'm going to go back up to the top here, and I'm going to rename this y-axis versus the x-axis. My y-axis was distance, and my x-axis was time. All right, next I'm going to click on the plus sign here, and I want to insert a trend line. I'm also going to go to this little arrow here. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go to more options. Okay. On the trend line here, I want to go to the very bottom where it says display equation on chart, and I want to check that box. Okay, and then this is going to be my equation. And that's it. Got all the required components on here. When you go to copy this into Google Docs, you can just simply click on the graph. I'm going to go to copy, and then you can just go ahead and paste the graph into Google Docs, and you're good to go.